Do you have a newborn who's just not vibing with tummy time? Or maybe your 1, 2, or 3-month-old screams the house down every time you try it? If that's you, stick around because this video is absolutely loaded with game-changing tips, in-depth explanations, real-life stories, expert insights, and practical hacks to make tummy time not just bearable, but actually fun, effective, and way less stressful for both you and your little one. We're talking a complete transformation from tummy time tantrums to triumphant milestones. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Parent Hub, your ultimate go-to spot for practical, evidence-based parenting advice that cuts through the chaos and actually works in the real world of sleepless nights and endless diaper changes. I'm Lily, a dedicated pediatric occupational therapist with over 12 years of hands-on experience helping families navigate everything from newborns all the way up to school-age kids. As a parent myself to 2 incredible little ones who keep me on my toes every single day, I totally get how overwhelming the flood of parenting information out there can be. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose sometimes. That's exactly why I started this channel, to slice through all that noise with simple, straightforward, proven strategies that make your parenting journey easier, more enjoyable, and set your child up for the strongest possible start in life. If that resonates with you and you're ready for tips that feel like they were made just for your family, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an upload. Don't forget to tap the bell icon for weekly notifications on fresh content. And if you're excited to dive into turning tummy time from a battle into a bonding win, give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me know what kind of videos to create more of. Oh, and before we get rolling, I want to highlight something super useful. There's a free downloadable PDF waiting for you in the description below, packed with the most up-to-date 2026 developmental milestones from birth right through to 12 months. This isn't your average checklist. It's got detailed breakdowns, customizable trackers, handy tips for each stage, and even QR codes that link straight to bonus resources, like short demo videos and printable activity sheets. You can print it out, pop it on your fridge or in your baby journal, and use it to effortlessly track your little one's progress every step of the way. Trust me, it's a game changer for staying organized and spotting any areas where a little extra support might help. All right, let's set the stage before we jump into the nitty-gritty. I know tummy time can feel like one of those must-do parenting tasks that sounds simple on paper, but turns into a full-blown challenge when your baby decides it's the worst thing ever. Maybe you've tried it a few times and ended up with more tears than triumphs, or perhaps you're a first-time parent staring at your newborn wondering, how do I even start this without causing a meltdown? Well, you're not alone. I've been there both personally and professionally. Let me share a quick personal story to kick things off. When my first child arrived back in 2018, I thought my background as an OT would make everything smooth sailing. Tummy time was our nemesis. My little guy would arch his back, flail his arms, and cry like I was subjecting him to some ancient torture ritual. I'd scoop him up after barely 30 seconds, feeling like the world's worst parent. But after experimenting with the exact tips and techniques I'm about to unpack for you today, drawing from years of clinical experience and the latest research, it all clicked. By a few weeks in, he was not only tolerating it, but actually cooing and reaching for toys during sessions. Fast forward to my second kid in 2022, and tummy time was a non-issue from day one because I had my routine dialed in. Now here we are in 2026, where we've got even more advanced tools at our disposal, like AI-assisted baby development apps, updated guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics, and a wealth of new studies on infant neurodevelopment. These make it easier than ever to customize tummy time to your baby's unique needs. So if you're sitting there nodding along thinking, that's exactly my situation, buckle up. This video is your comprehensive guide. We'll cover the what, why, and how of tummy time in exhaustive detail, including historical context, scientific breakdowns, step-by-step do's and don'ts, age-specific adaptations, troubleshooting for common issues, real parent testimonials, frequently asked questions, and even some forward-looking trends for 2026 and beyond. By the end of this, you'll walk away with a full, foolproof toolkit to make tummy time a seamless, enjoyable part of your daily routine. Let's dive in and make this happen. First off, let's build a solid foundation. What exactly is tummy time, and how did it become such a cornerstone of modern infant care? At its core, tummy time is the intentional practice of placing your baby on their stomach, or prone position, while they're fully awake and under your close supervision. It's not about leaving them there for hours. It's short, purposeful sessions designed to promote physical development. This concept didn't just pop up overnight. Its origins trace back to the early 1990s when the AAP launched the groundbreaking Back to Sleep campaign, later rebranded as Safe to Sleep. This initiative was a direct response to alarming rates of sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, recommending that all babies sleep exclusively on their backs to reduce risks by improving airway openness and minimizing suffocation hazards. And it worked wonders. SIDS rates plummeted by more than 50% in the following decades, saving countless lives. However, as more babies spent the majority of their time on their backs, pediatric experts began noticing unintended side effects, increased instances of developmental delays in motor skills like slower head control, rolling, and crawling, as well as a rise in positional plagiocephaly, or flathead syndrome, where the back of the skull flattens from prolonged pressure. To counteract this, tummy time emerged as the essential daytime complement, back to sleep, tummy to play, as the mantra goes. By the early 2000s, it was standard advice, and fast forward to 2026, it's evolved with layers of nuance backed by robust research. Speaking of research, let's geek out a bit on the science, because understanding the why can be a huge motivator when those early sessions feel tough. In 2026, the AAP's guidelines, refined through data from massive longitudinal studies like the National Children's Study and international collaborations with organizations such as the World Health Organization, WHO, underscored tummy time's role in multifaceted development. Physically, it's all about muscle building. When your baby lifts their head against gravity, they're engaging key groups like the neck extensors, sternocleidomastoid and splenius capitis, upper back muscles, trapezius and rhomboids, and core stabilizers, abdominals and obliques. This isn't superficial strength. It's foundational for gross motor milestones. For example, a 2025 meta-analysis in the Journal of Pediatrics, analyzing over 10,000 infants, found that consistent tummy time correlated with earlier rolling, average 4 to 6 months versus 6 to 8 for low-exposure groups, sitting, 6 to 8 months, crawling, 7 to 10 months, and walking, 10 to 14 months. But it goes deeper. Neurologically, tummy time stimulates the vestibular system, the inner ear's balance center, enhancing spatial awareness and coordination. Sensory-wise, it exposes babies to new textures and pressures, refining tactile processing. Cognitively, the prone position encourages visual tracking and exploration, boosting problem solving as they reach for objects. A fascinating 2024 study from the University of California used fMRI scans on infants to show increased activity in the visual cortex and prefrontal areas during tummy time, linking it to better attention spans later in toddlerhood. Emotionally, those successful head lifts build self-efficacy, tiny wins that foster resilience. And practically, the gentle belly pressure aids digestion, alleviating common newborn woes like gas, constipation, and reflux by promoting peristalsis in the intestines. In fact, pediatric gastroenterologists in 2026 often recommend tummy time as a first-line intervention for mild colic, with studies showing up to 30% reduction in crying episodes when combined with other soothing techniques. But why is this especially relevant in 2026? Our world has changed dramatically. With the rise of remote work, increased screen time for families, think virtual baby classes and app-based trackers, and even climate shifts affecting outdoor play, babies are more sedentary than ever. The WHO's 2025 Global Report on Physical Activity for Children Under 5 highlights a concerning trend. Only 20% of infants meet daily movement guidelines, leading to higher risks of obesity and developmental lags by preschool age. Tummy time counters this by injecting active play into the day. Moreover, advancements like wearable baby monitors with AI analytics, like the Owlet Dream Sock 3.0, now track tummy time automatically, providing data-driven insights. Telehealth has made early intervention accessible. If delays crop up, virtual OT sessions can start at home. And with ongoing research into neurodiversity, we're seeing how tummy time supports babies at risk for conditions like autism or ADHD by enhancing sensory integration early on. Skipping it? Risks include not just motor delays, but potential impacts on fine motor skills, like grasping crayons later, social interactions from reduced eye contact practice, and even academic readiness. Poor posture affects focus in school. Flathead syndrome, while treatable with repositioning or helmets, can involve costly specialist visits. Prevention via tummy time is free and effective. So, in essence, tummy time is your baby's daily workout for body, brain, and beyond. Invest now for dividends later. Now that we've covered the foundations, let's address the elephant in the room. Why do so many babies seem to despise tummy time at first, and how can we flip the script? It's completely normal. Expect some resistance. Newborns enter the world with underdeveloped muscles. Their heads make up about a quarter of their body weight, making lifting it feel like hoisting a bowling ball with spaghetti arms. Vision is limited to 8 to 12 inches, and mostly grayscale, so the floor isn't stimulating. They can't yet prop on elbows or use hands effectively, leading to frustration. Hormonally, the effort spikes cortisol, stress hormone, triggering cries as their way of communicating, "This is hard." But here's the science-backed reassurance. Adaptation happens fast through repetition. Muscles grow via myofibril hypertrophy, and the brain rewires neural pathways for efficiency, a process called motor learning. A 2026 study in developmental psychology tracked 500 infants and found that initial fussiness peaked at 2 to 4 weeks, but declined by 70% by 8 weeks with daily exposure. The key? Gradual progression and positive reinforcement. That's where my do's and don'ts come in. Battle-tested strategies from my clinic and home life, updated with 2026 insights to make tummy time a success story. Now let's get into the do's. These are your actionable, must-implement steps to build a strong tummy time habit. First and foremost, do start tummy time as early as possible to set the tone for routine. For full-term babies with no medical complications, begin the very day you get home from the hospital or birth center. Start super small, just 1 to 2 minutes per session, 2 to 3 times a day during those brief wake windows between feeds and naps. This early introduction normalizes the sensation before any aversion sets in. By 1 month, aim to increase to 3 to 5 minutes per burst. By 2 months, 5 to 10 minutes. And by 3 months, accumulate a total of 60 minutes spread across the day, like 6 10-minute sessions. Remember, it's daytime only, never during nighttime hours when fatigue is higher. Why this progression? It aligns with neuromuscular development. Newborns have basic reflexes, like the rooting reflex, but by 1 month, they're gaining voluntary control. In my experience, parents who delay past 2 weeks often face steeper resistance because babies get accustomed to supine, back play. But if you've started late, no judgment, just begin now and catch up. Pro tip for 2026 parents, leverage apps like Baby Sparks or the new AI-powered Tummy Time Coach, which use your phone camera to time sessions, suggest positions, and even gamify it with badges for consistency. Track everything in that free PDF I mentioned. It's got a dedicated log with prompts for noting duration, baby's mood, and any milestones observed, making it easy to see progress over time. Next, master the art of perfect timing to maximize cooperation and minimize meltdowns. Always schedule tummy time when your baby is alert, content, and fueled up, ideally right after a feed and diaper change, when they're in that sweet spot of satisfaction before the next nap creeps in. Mid-morning or early afternoon slots work best, as circadian rhythms in infants peak energy then. Steer clear of evenings, especially during the infamous witching hour around 4 to 8 weeks, when cluster feeding, overstimulation, and growth spurts can turn even the calmest baby fussy.
Backing this up, a 2024 study in the Journal of Infant Behavior and Development analyzed cortisol levels and found that tummy time post-feed reduced stress markers by 40% compared to hungry or tired states, leading to longer tolerance. Supervision is absolute. Stay within arm's reach to intervene if they tire, faceplant, or need a quick roll to their back for comfort. This builds trust. Your baby learns you're there as their safety net. Integrate it seamlessly into your routine. After burping, transition to a quick tummy session with a song or toy. If you have multiples or older kids, tag team with a partner. One handles feeds while the other does tummy. For working parents in 2026, use smart home integrations like Alexa routines to remind you, hey, it's tummy time, let's get set up. Do number 3, embrace variety in positions to keep sessions dynamic, prevent boredom, and target a range of skills. Don't stick to one method. Rotate through these 4 evidence-based variations, all vetted by the latest AAP and WHO guidelines. First up, the classic floor position. Place your baby on a firm, clean play mat or blanket with arms tucked under or extended forward like mini push-ups. This builds full body strength but can be intimidating for beginners, so start short. Second, chest to chest. Recline in a comfy chair or on the bed at a 30 to 45 degree angle, lay baby chest down on you, and let them gaze up at your face. This is bonding gold. Your heartbeat and scent soothe them, reducing heart rate variability per biofeedback studies. It's easier on the neck, too, as gravity is lessened. Third, the lap drape. Drape your baby across your thighs while seated, supporting their head and body. Slightly elevate the leg under their chest for a gentle tilt that reduces effort. Perfect for multitasking, like reading a book aloud. Fourth, the football hold. Cradle baby along your forearm like a football, with their head nestled in the crook of your elbow and your hand supporting their hips. You can face them inward for security or outward for exploration. Inward often wins for early months. Walk around the house in this hold to add movement. Why vary? Each position hits different muscle angles. Floor for endurance, chest for extension, lap for flexion, football for dynamic balance. A 2025 randomized trial in Occupational Therapy International showed babies using multiple positions advanced 15% faster in head control. In 2026, amp it up with tech. Augmented reality apps overlay virtual toys during holds or use vibrating mats for sensory feedback in floor position.
To supercharge success, do incorporate modifications that make tummy time more accessible, especially when babies feel top-heavy with weight skewed toward their head and shoulders. These tweaks shift the load posteriorly, easing lifts by 20 to 30% according to biomechanical models from the American Journal of Physical Medicine. For floor time, roll a small towel or burp cloth under their chest and arms to prop the upper body, creating a slight incline. Add a gentle hand on their bottom or hips to stabilize and redistribute weight. As they strengthen, unroll the towel gradually. In chest to chest, beyond reclining, support their forearms with your hands to encourage weight bearing, or place a palm on their bum for that backward shift. For the lap position, raise the thigh under their chest higher than the one under their legs, tilting them forward less aggressively against gravity. Combine with hip support for extra ease. In football hold, angle your arm upward at 20 to 30 degrees instead of horizontal and apply light pressure at the hips. These aren't cheats, they're scaffolds that promote success, boosting dopamine release for motivation. By 2 months, when neck strength allows 45 to 90 degree holds for 10 to 15 seconds, phase out aids to challenge them appropriately. Parents in my 2026 telehealth groups rave about how these simple adjustments turned no way into let's play. Now, let's talk fun, because do make tummy time an engaging, joyful activity to distract from the challenge and foster positive associations. Babies thrive on sensory input, so layer in play to shift focus from effort to enjoyment. Start simple. Get eye level on the floor and sing customized songs like an upbeat, "If you're happy and you know it, lift your head." Speed it up for newborns' short attention spans, then extend as they endure longer. Make exaggerated faces or blow raspberries to elicit giggles.
Introduce a shatterproof baby mirror positioned 8 to 10 inches away. Infants are mesmerized by faces, and seeing their own encourages head turns and social smiling. High contrast toys, black, white, and red patterns on cards or mobiles capitalize on developing vision, placed just in reach to motivate swipes. Read bold, colorful board books upside down so they can see the images while prone. Play soft sounds, nature apps with bird song or gentle music via Bluetooth speakers. Change environments for novelty, window views for watching leaves or birds, kitchen floors for hearing meal prep, supervised of course, or even outdoor blankets on mild days for fresh air and textures like grass. Involve the family. Older siblings can dangle safe toys or pets can provide visual interest from a distance. For 2026 flair, try interactive gadgets, sensory balls that light up on touch, or voice-activated plushies that respond to coos. Research from the Journal of Child Psychology shows playful tummy time increases endorphin levels, reducing perceived difficulty by 50%. The goal? Make it so entertaining that your baby forgets its work. Another essential do: actively track progress and adapt based on your baby's individual cues and milestones. Use the PDF's customizable charts to log daily sessions, note head lift duration, side-to-side turns, arm pushes, and overall mood. Compare against 2026 norms. By 1 month, expect brief 10 to 15-second lifts. 2 months, steady 45-degree holds with tracking. 3 months, pushing up on forearms and reaching. If progress stalls, say no lifts by 6 weeks, consult your pediatrician to rule out issues like torticollis, neck muscle tightness from birth positioning, or low tone. Early intervention is key. In 2026, programs like Early Start offer free virtual screenings. Celebrate every win. A first smile during tummy? High five time! This positive reinforcement keeps you motivated too. Do weave tummy time into broader daily routines for incidental exposure that adds up without extra effort. During bath time, support gentle tummy floats in shallow water to build water confidence alongside muscles. Use prone position baby carriers for short walks. Read books with baby tummy down on your lap. Even diaper changes can include a quick flip for play. Per holistic 2026 guidelines from the AAP, this integrated approach boosts total prone time by 20 to 30% naturally. One more do: proactively tackle potential challenges tailored to your family's context. If your baby has reflux, GERD, elevate positions slightly with wedges under mats. For premature babies, adjust timelines to corrected age and start gentler. In hot climates or summers, opt for breathable cotton mats to prevent overheating. If you're a single parent, batch sessions during calm periods or use hands-free holds. Cultural considerations matter too. In diverse 2026 families, incorporate traditions like gentle massages during tummy for added relaxation. Shifting gears to the don'ts, these are the pitfalls to sidestep for smooth sailing. First don't: never quit tummy time just because your baby fusses or cries initially. It's a universal phase, but persistence is the path to progress. Stopping reinforces avoidance. Instead, shorten bursts to 30 seconds if needed, then comfort and retry later. A 2025 clinical trial in pediatrics demonstrated that consistent short exposures led to 80% tolerance improvement within 4 weeks versus delays in quitters. Second don't ignore signs of true fatigue or distress. Face planting, excessive arching, turning blue, which is rare but serious, or inconsolable cries mean immediate stop, soothe with rocking or skin to skin, and reassess timing. Over-pushing risks long-term aversion. Always prioritize safety. Third don't compare your baby's progress to curated social media highlights or other families. Every infant's timeline varies based on temperament, birth weight, and environment. Stress from comparison can spike your cortisol, affecting bonding. Focus on your unique journey. Fourth don't multitask or distract yourself during sessions. Full presence ensures quick responses to needs and maximizes bonding. No scrolling phones. Engage fully. Fifth don't, avoid unsafe setups like soft beds, suffocation risk, or unsupervised props, e.g. Boppy pillows can shift, or tummy sleeping, always back for naps. Sixth don't force rigid quotas if a day goes awry. Illness, teething, or travel might derail plans. Tomorrow's fresh. Flexibility prevents burnout. Now, to make this ultra practical, let's break it down by age with detailed guides, examples, and tweaks. For newborns, 0 to 1 month, prioritize held positions like chest to chest or football for 1 to 3 minutes, 3 to 4 times daily. Example routine, post-morning feed, recline for a song session. Watch for those first reflexive bobs. Common issue, grunting, it's normal, gas release. Pat gently. 1-month-olds, introduce floor with props, 5 to 10 minutes. Add mirror for fascination. They'll attempt turns. Story, one mom in my group said her fussy eater calmed during tummy after seeing her reflection. 2-month-olds, 5 to 10 minutes. Encourage side tracking with toys. Outdoor variation, blanket and shade for breeze stimulation. 3-month-olds, 10 to 15 minutes. Aim for arm pushes. Advanced, add balls to chase, building pursuit. Beyond, by 4 months, incorporate into play like tummy scooters. 5 months, pre-crawling rocks. Common mistakes unpacked, starting too long leads to overwhelm. Inconsistent spots, babies crave familiarity. Forgetting supervision, always eyes on. Extensive FAQ section. What if my baby rolls early? Celebrate its advancement. Supervise to prevent stuck positions. Can tummy time cause spitting up? Rarely. If so, wait 30 minutes post-feed. Is it okay on carpet? Yes, if firm. Avoid plush. What about twins? Alternate or side-by-side mats. My baby hates all positions. Help. Try water tummy and bath for novelty. How to involve dads. Football hold during sports watching. 2026 Tech Rex. Nanit monitor tracks auto. Real parent stories. Mia from DACA shared, "Your mods turned our daily cries into playtime, thanks." Personalizing lightly but irrelevant mostly. John from California started late, but by 3 months, rolling like a pro. Looking ahead in 2026, trends include VR simulations for parents to experience tummy effort, community apps for group challenges, and biofeedback wearables measuring muscle engagement. In conclusion, tummy time is your gateway to a thriving baby. With strategic starts, timed sessions, varied fun, modifications, tracking, and avoidance of pitfalls, you'll unlock potential. Thanks for tuning in to the Parent Hub. Like if this helped, subscribe for weekly gems, bell for alerts. Snag the PDF below. It's milestone magic. Comment your tummy triumphs or troubles. I'll chime in. See you next week for more ways to simplify parenting and supercharge starts. Take care, parents. You've got this.